In this tutorial, we're going to cover how to create a 3D letter by using Extrude. And this is something that I just taught my digital illustration class. So let's begin. We're going to use a letter. So let's get our type tool and we're just going to type a letter and we'll type the letter G. Okay. And right now I've got Future, which is, I guess we can continue using that. We want to use a sans serif font because it's going to make it a lot easier as far as what it's going to look like. But you don't always have to do this if you're making your own logo later. But I just thought I would show you with using a sans serif font. So let's make our font a little larger here. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this font to outlines. Okay. Once we get it into the size we want. Now we can go type, create outlines. Now I can still manipulate it. I can still make it larger, like that. See? Okay. So now I've got this nice large G. And one of the things I'm going to do is let's make it a color. So we'll make it a blue. Okay. So I'm using CMYK. We'll raise it maybe, I don't know, 70. Yeah, that'll look decent. Okay. Now this is a fairly simple exercise. This won't take but a second. So we're going to go to View, not View, apologize. We're going to go to Effect, 3D, Extrude and Bevel. Okay? And see, this will actually create a 3D letter form for us. And one of the things we want to do is the extrusion depth right now is too big for this letter. So we're going to have to bring this down a little bit. We're going to maybe, and we can actually type in here if we want to. Well, let's bring it down to maybe 35. Now, if I hit return, it's just going to do, it's going to close it like that, okay? Um, and then if I want to do anything else to it, well, the problem is that you don't want to go back in here and put another one on here, okay? So if we go to 3D Extrude and Bevel again, you don't want to apply a new effect, all right? So the way you can actually go back into it is you can use your appearance palette, okay? And under your appearance palette, you will see, since this is still selected, if it's not selected, you're just gonna see that. But we want to select this. You'll see 3D Extrude and Bevel, and we'll just click on it. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're back in there. Okay, now we want to play around with rotating this, and I just want to situate that here. Maybe I want to make it so we're looking up underneath the letter, more like that. See what that looks like. Okay, that looks pretty decent. Now I've got my shading here. It's set to plastic shading. So I'm going to just play around with it a little bit. And so if you're dealing with extruding it and you're shading it, you can actually go in here and let's lower our ambient light. So we'll get our shadows really nice and dark here. Blend steps has to deal with, in case you don't know or don't remember from a former tutorial, is how smooth that shading is. Right now, 25, I don't see any problems, but I might need to go up because if we zoom in afterwards and we see um, lines or we see individual shapes that are making up this gradient, then we will need to increase that. One of the things I want to do is let's play around with lighting. So I'm going to add a new light here just to brighten it up a little bit. And let's put this new light somewhere around here, okay? And that is that simple, okay? This does not take a lot to do here, and we're not going to do much more to it. I think that's really all we need to do to it. But I just wanted to show you these different things here. And by the way, if you put a light in, and we can, we got to add another light here, which kind of lightens it up really nicely here. If you want to ever get rid of a light, there's a trash can, okay? So I just wanted to show you that. Um, anyway, let's click OK and just zoom in and take a peek at it, okay? See if it looks decent. Zoom in here and see. I don't know if you can see this in the video. I'll have to see it afterwards. But I am seeing individual shapes here. And it's kind of cool looking in some respects, but I wanted it smooth. So we're going to just zoom out just one little bit here. And we're going to click on this one more time. Okay. And we're going to go to blend steps and we're going to increase the blend steps here. Okay. And so see, when I increase the blend steps, that's going to make that so much smoother. All right, I'm going to click OK. We'll zoom out, and there is our 3D letter. Okay, and so that's how you can extrude a letter to make a 3D letter. Okay.